Believe it or not, I just watched for the first time in my life Casablanca. Here's the thing. It's okay. I'm not about to say, oh, it's terrible, don't watch it, it's whatever. No. Great film. Amazing film. Wonderful film. Often, it's considered one of the best films of all time. I think if I marked it like second or something on their top 100 list, like 10 years ago or whenever that was. And deserving it. Cool. Awesome. The problem I have is hype. I've been hearing about this movie and how good it is for my entire life. And now that I'm finally sitting down and watching it, I'm like, yeah, this is a good movie. It's a really entertaining, well-written, well-shot, well-acted movie. Everything in it is great. But it's not the kind of movie I would consider my favorite movie, if that makes sense. Like, I enjoyed every second watching it. I was totally in the story. But it's not gonna be like, oh, now that I've seen Casablanca, I guess it's my favorite movie. No, that's not how it works, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. I mean, if you haven't seen Casablanca, see Casablanca, please. It's fantastic. But I think you would agree it's not your favorite movie. Now, my favorite movies are comedies. I have a list of 3. And one of those 3 movies I never realized until today ties into Casablanca really closely. And that movie is Hot Shots Part 2. That is one of my 3 all-time favorite movies. I first watched it like on cable when I was a kid, and my dad and I watched it together, and I just remember my dad laughing so hard he almost peed himself. His tears coming down, just losing it. And him losing it made me lose it. Also made me respect that this movie made my dad laugh that hard. It's probably pretty funny. And then I just fell in love with it, and I have it on DVD in at least 3 places, and just love it to death. I never realized, watching that movie for the past 15 years, or however long it's been, that the love triangle in Casablanca, or not in Casablanca, in Hot Shots Part 2 with Charlie Sheen and Rowan Atkinson and the girl whose name I can never remember, is the love story from Casablanca. Just a parody of it. I never knew that. I should have known that, but I never knew that. And I'm glad I know that now. It makes sense. I always thought it was just a pure Rambo 2 ripoff. But no, it's a ripoff of Casablanca as well, which is fine. I was going somewhere with that. Favorite movies, yeah. Like, that's one of my favorite movies because I have that connection with my dad and watching it and loving it and sharing it with everybody I knew when I was a kid. But I don't know if I would consider Casablanca one of my favorites. And I think that's because so many people say it's great. And they're right to. It is. But doing this series, watching all these great movies from Roger Ebert's book, and also just taking suggestions, it's the ones that I haven't heard of that have hit me harder, if that makes sense. Movies like La Haine, I know that was one of the first ones I watched back in January, but it still hit me so hard because I had never heard of it, had no idea what it was about, and it changed me a little bit watching it. And I am working a little bit ahead, and you'll understand why, but on the 24th, I'm going to start talking about a series of films called The Decalogue, and I watched the first one of those last night, and that, I think, is the first movie to make me cry in years. Probably since I first saw Perks of Being a Wallflower. I think that was the last one. And it was, again, a short film that I had never heard of before starting this YouTube thing, and all of a sudden, like, this is amazing, why does nobody know about it, and I want to share it. It's the same feeling I had with Hot Shots. I had never heard of that movie until I saw it, and I just wanted to share it with everybody, and now I want to do the same with like Decalogue and La Haine. I guess Casablanca, everyone's already shared it. Everyone knows it. It's ingrained in like the public consciousness. So it doesn't have that same kind of gut reaction of, why didn't I know about this? It's, oh yeah, I guess I did know about this. I don't think I made a lot of sense, but maybe I did. But yeah, Casablanca. Pretty darn good film. It's understandable why it's so highly renowned, and it should be. It really should be. It's just stunning work of film. Yeah. Tomorrow, I'm going to look at, I don't know yet. I haven't quite decided yet. Because it's Suggestion Saturday and I still haven't gotten anything from people in the comments, please. I know nobody watches this, but if you do, just leave a comment below. Tell me your favorite movie, and maybe I'll watch it this weekend. Also, like, share, subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. I can talk. I do this for a living. Not really. But yeah, see you tomorrow.